Hey guys, it's Greg, and I'm back with another legendary DXP strategy video. Today we're going to be taking a look at level 2-2. Here's our second encounter with Nax as our mastermind, and it's very similar to 2-1 in that we have Nax and we have Disarray, but now we have Nax, Disarray, and Ord Mantle. So there is a little bit more freedom in how we approach this. It's of course a different scheme compared to level 2-1, but it is what it is. So let's jump in and we will see what there is to see. Okay, well, I thought we might have escaped a scheme twist for our first, but sometimes that happens. So let's take a peek at the scheme, pillage the countryside, so we can tell what it is that we want to do for getting rid of our card for the scheme twist. Scheme, pillage the countryside. Setup is 8 twists, 12 total villagers in the villain deck. Special rules. Each villain gets +1 attack for each villager it has. Twist. Any villain in the tavern captures 2 villagers. Then play the top card of the villain deck. Evil wins when 8 villagers are carried away by escaping villains. So, let's think about what this means. There are 12 of the 33 cards, or 30... It's saying 32. It might be 33 total cards, might be 32 total cards. But again, one of those cards has been pulled and it is a scheme twist, so I'm not sure if that's going to deal with that. But there are 20 of those 32 cards, or 33 cards, are either twists or villagers. So there's going to be a high percentage chance of getting villagers coming out, and also a reasonably high chance of a twist coming out. Roughly 1 in 4 cards will be a scheme twist. Now, each scheme twist doesn't really do much to damage us, with the exception of it makes, by virtue of the special rules, it makes the villain that's in the tavern get stronger each and every time, and then it also plays the top card of the villain deck, which we're not sure what that is. It could cause us to have a villain escape. It could cause us to get another villain on the villain, get another villager on the villain in the swamp. So we're not sure. But that just leads us to the very first and crucial thing for this level is you need to get Bouncer. Thank goodness it is in here. It is one of my absolute favorite cards to play with because it allows you to move whatever villain you want, anyone in Alameth, get them to move from one spot to another, and when you do so, you capture, or you rescue any villains that are associated with them, villagers, any villagers that they've captured. So you basically take them and put them right in your victory pile, which is good because we want to be trying to get victory points so that we're able to get extra stars and then, maybe even get the high score. So the cards that I am personally focusing on in this are It's Mine. Luckily there's 2 right here, because I really love that card draw. Card draw to me is so huge in this game. Not just in this particular level. I just think the card draw is very, very powerful, which you'll see soon. One of my favorite heroes is coming up for that reason. But anyways, let's take a quick peek at all of these. We already talked about Ord Mantle, but we'll look at the particulars now. Magi Nation Ranger. 2 money when you play it, costs 3 to buy it, and if you've already played a Ranger, draw a card. Love that. Love that. There are lots of Rangers in here. You can already see that there are 4 of the 5 in the starting guild hall are Rangers. Dark Pact is pretty great. This is very much secondary to Bouncer. They are very similar, different abilities, but they both cost 6. 4 attack when you play it, Magi Nation and Ranger, except for Bouncer is a skill hero, but we'll cover that when that comes out. If a card effect makes you discard this card, you may return it to your hand, which the only way that you're really discarding cards is with Nax when a Master Strike comes out, and it's not really a threat because all of the heroes are Magi Nation, and of course the Master Strike for Nax is you have to reveal a Magi Nation hero or you discard down to 4 cards. So not a threat because all of them are Magi Nation. Just another point of reference here, you can see in the background that Nax is 8 to defeat, and we have to defeat him 4 times. Dark Pact we already looked at. Sacrifice, Disarray the Sufferer, Magi Nation, Strength, 3 when you play it, and to play this card you must discard a card from your hand, costs 2 to buy it. Now, you also see Deadly Aim over here, and we talked about these in a previous video, but Disarray, Deadly Aim, Magi Nation, Ranger, 3 attack when you play it, and you play this card, you must discard this card from a card from your hand, and it costs 3 to buy it. Now, Sacrifice and Deadly Aim, you would say, oh, those are pretty great. But honestly, I would rather have Deadly Aim at the end of the game than Sacrifice at the beginning of the game, just because I feel like Deadly Aim is very powerful, and I'm covering most of my money by getting these It's Mine, because it doesn't give me as much money when I play it, that's true, and it costs more, but the card draw I think makes up for it. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to get rid of this Sacrifice, leave these higher attack value cards on the guild hall, and confirm. Okay, so Venomous Bite, you can't defeat this unless you have a skill hero, and the escape is every player gains a wound. So, I'm going to ignore him for a while. The only skill hero in here is Bouncer, and you're going to want to get that card anyways. So go ahead and play this, or buy this I should say, get that card draw, get some money, and hopefully what we will see are the 2 high value money or high value cards. Ord Mantle is it's Ridge Raider, which is an interesting one because it's 5 attack when you play it, costs 7. When you play it, you get 5 attack, and the villain in the mountains is -2 to defeat it, which is, it's nice to get a little of a discount. It's not too bad, but if you combo it with a Ranger card, the Mastermind costs 2 less, which is very good. It's very powerful if you're trying to... Well, it's more powerful if you're trying to focus on defeating the Mastermind, getting in, getting out, and you're not as concerned with the victory points. But it's a very, very good card, and it's one I might be tempted to say, you know what, that's better than Ide the Life Taker. But Ide the Life Taker is so incredibly powerful and so amazing. For every Mastermind, for every Magi Nation card that you have played that turn, you get +2 attack on top of 6 to play it, or 6 when you play it immediately. So that'll add up huge real quick. You can potentially clear all of Alamith. It's just that strong, particularly because every hero in here is Magi Nation. Alright, without further ado, let's keep this gravy train a-rolling. Get that. It's Mine. The Dark Pact comes out. A lot of Dark Pact, which is interesting. I don't have enough to do anything else, so we'll move right along. Scheme Twist. It pains me to do this, but just because there are 3 of them, I'm going to get rid of one of these Dark Pacts. I want to have the budget option of getting the Deadly Aim, which will still give me a lot of attack. Here we have Sacrifice again. Again, I'm not so huge on it. I would entertain the idea if I had 2 money left before I was able to get up to the level of getting 6 money cards. But as of right now, I'm probably going to ignore it. What we see here is Master of Camouflage, Fight. If you fight this card in the swamp, each player gains a wound. Another reason why we would want to use Bouncer. And just move him, swap Venomous Bite over here to the swamp, take that villager, get him out of the swamp. All is right with the world, and it prevents you from taking that wound. Alright, so let's go ahead and play this. Looks like we're going to have 5 money and 2 attack, so can't do anything with 2 attack. Go ahead and buy this Horde Mantle, it's mine. Forest Fighter, it's one that I normally would say is a little shady. Not the greatest thing because it is niche, but this is a scenario where there's going to be a number of villains coming out, so it's actually pretty decent. Again, you get a discount if you're fighting something that's in the forest. 2 attack is nothing to nothing to poo-poo either. So that's pretty good. It's a decent value. Plus, it's a ranger, which you need for Ridge Raider, and you need for the It's Mine. So it's a great card to pick up if you don't really have what you would feel are stronger options. It's a really great card to pick up because of the potential synergistic impact. All right, so I am going to grab this sacrifice. I want to make sure that I can get over that hump and buy one of these high cost cards, because I do need to start thinking about what is going to happen with attack, because I need to defeat this 8 times. I'm going to have a lot of villains I'm going to want to defeat, so I can just bump up my victory point total. This is not going to do too terribly much for me. 8 twists, once it reaches the end, it's not that big a deal. Although by that point, the villain deck is going to be running pretty low. And each time a scheme twist comes out, we have to get rid of a card here from the heroes. I should say from the guild hall, which depletes the hero deck. And those are really the 2 big ways that you are in peril with this. I don't think it's very likely that you're going to run into a situation where you lose because the villagers are being carried away by escaping monsters. If you did that, then you probably didn't do enough to get attack, because even when they have a lot of villagers, these villains aren't that difficult to defeat. So yeah, I think that really what we want to do is we want to get to a point where we're saying, I'm not buying any more heroes because I don't want that to deplete. I'm gonna, just be cognizant of what's going on with the scheme twist, and maybe not. Like you might would be thinking about, all right, so do I go with the villains in Alamith or do I go with the Mastermind? Ultimately, Mastermind is your ultimate goal, but if you also want to pursue those victory points, you do need to go after the guys in Alamith. So I think that from my frame of reference, I'm going to go, once there are 8 heroes in the hero deck, I'm not going to buy any more cards. I'm not going to buy any more. I should, at that point, have sufficient attack that I can kill off monsters. Everything should fall into place. Okay. Murky Water, a little unfortunate that it automatically captures a villager, which means that this goes stronger. Whatever. We're not too worried about that. We will get a bouncer at some point. And I think, even though I don't have it in this particular hand, I think I have enough money in my deck so I can start going after the attack cards. And Deadly Aim is a pretty decent one for that. There's Bouncer. Bouncer, Bouncer, Bouncer. Magi Nation skill hero. For attack, when you play it, 6 to buy, you may move a villain to a new location in Alamith. Rescue any villagers captured by that villain, which is the primary reason why this is a must buy. 4 attack is great, of course. It's half of what you need for the Mastermind in 1 card. But you get all those victory points because you rescue all of those villagers, which is just, it's awesome. Moving right along. Moving right along and feeling fancy free. Play that. Play this, get a card, and... Okay, well, we will indeed be able to buy either a Dark Pack or a Bouncer, and if you've been listening, we're buying the Bouncer. Still don't have enough to defeat these guys, which is unfortunate. Interesting to see how quickly this is going to become a formidable opponent because each time you get an extra villager, it gets stronger and harder to defeat. But Bouncer will take care of that pretty quickly and handily. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I mean, I don't have enough attack here to do anything else, so get enough money. I'll buy a Dark Pact, and we'll move on. There we go. Eye the Life Taker. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Magi Nation Ranger, 6 attack. Then the combo is Magi Nation. If you've already played one, you get +2 attack for each other Magi Nation hero you've played this turn. So it doesn't count itself, but again, all the other heroes, with the exception of the fixers that your deck starts with, all of them are going to be Magi Nation. Oh, I love this villain. Crushing Tentacles. When you draw a new hand of cards at the end of this turn, draw 8 cards instead of 6. It only costs 4 to defeat it, which I think is semi-broken because the benefit far outweighs the cost. So definitely keep an eye out for that when you can. All right, let's get in some card draw. Let's see what we can do. Not as amazing as I was hoping it would be, but I will have 7 attack, so I'll be able to do some pretty awesome things. Get rid of an Envoy, play this Sacrifice, get rid of an Envoy, play this last one, so I have a lot of money and a lot of attack. Nice and easy. I'll go ahead and I'm not going to get any money out of that, so I think that instead of doing the leprechauns, I'm going to hold on to those leprechauns until I really need that extra money. And I'm going to go with the Master of Camouflage. I'm not going to risk the wound because he's not in the swamp. Defeat him. Come back, get the Crushing Tentacles. Very nice, very nice. Go ahead and get my 4 attack for a Dark Pact. Another Forest Fighter comes out. And overall, a pretty great turn. Scheme Twist. Get rid of that Sacrifice. Alright, so we are seeing that the hero deck is getting depleted even after only 3 Scheme Twists. So there are a lot of pitfalls along the way. Oh boy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I definitely want to grab that Leprechaun because I have 4 attack, which is what I need, and that is 5 in my hand plus the 1 from that gets me the Bouncer. So unfortunately, as you can see, there aren't a lot of opportunities for me to KO my useless heroes, but sometimes that happens. Just gotta make do with what you can. Unfortunately, it means that I'm getting far fewer combos with the Horde Mantles, but that's again what you have to deal with sometimes. So here's an interesting one. I want you to watch what I'm doing. I'm actually, instead of switching the Murky Water with, say, Crushing Tentacles, I'm just going to move it over here to the Tavern because next time that a Scheme Twist comes out, it'll capture 2 villagers. And I want something in there to capture those villagers so I can get more victory points by playing the Bouncer. So I'm just going to move it over, and there it is. There I get my victory points from that. Let's see. Play my Horde Mantle. I should have. I messed that up. I got too caught up. I wanted to play the Deadly Aim first because of that combo potential. Would have drawn a card, and card draw is awesome. Oh well. Missed out on it. Alright, Crushing Tentacles. Amazing. Amazing. And go ahead and I clicked on the wrong one because I lost track. Boy, is my face red. I'm gonna get the Deadly Aim. I was contemplating the Forest Fighter because of the discount potential, but I like Deadly Aim instead right now. And this, it's mine, and this Eye the Life Taker are probably gonna be the last 2 cards that I buy. Okay. Dark Pact. Boom. It's mine! Draw a card. It's mine! Click on it. There we go. It's mine! Draw a card. So pretty interesting. We're going to get a decent amount of attack, decent amount of money, so I'll be able to buy that Eye the Life Taker, which means I will soon be able to swing back around and start going after the Mastermind. Doesn't look like I'm going to be grabbing Ridge Racer in this one, unless, say, the next card is a Scheme Twist and I get rid of one of this and it comes out. But that would have been a great card to have as well. I don't want to defeat either of these. This would be a waste because I could have that extra money. But if I'm not buying stuff, it doesn't matter. And I'll just grab my victory point. There we go. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Alright, there's a villager. I'm going to go ahead and play this bouncer to take Venomous Bite. And I'm going to move him right here. Why not? Right here. Why not? And let's see. Dark Pact. Don't want to play Sacrifice. I don't need to. There's some more attack. Moving right along. I'll go ahead and defeat Nax. I'll defeat him. Look at that ugly mug. Okay, recruit a Magi Nation hero from the Guild Hall for free. Pretty decent. I would have, of course, preferred that there was a better card out here for me to buy, but there isn't. So here's also an interesting point. I do love the card draw, and at this point that's the only reason why I'm buying it. I don't need the money because I'm not interested in buying, but that card draw is pretty nice. Oh, there's a Ridge Raider. Maybe I'll risk buying one more if the opportunity presents itself, but not this turn. Not this turn. There's a villager. Get that bouncer. I'll go ahead and move these guys. Because why not? It'll be fun. Get a villager in the process. So 4, 5, 6 attack. I'll go ahead and grab the Murky Water. Okay. Sweet. Alright, discard a card from your hand. Bye-bye, Envoy. Oh, that was a Deadly Aim, not a... what a fool I am. Card draw. Card draw. Card draw. Dark Pact. And this would have been a time where you would see some pretty impressive stuff if I had only had Eye the Life Taker in my hand. I didn't. It's too bad. I will go ahead and buy the Ridge Raider. I'm gonna buy it because we're getting into the thick of it now. We're getting into the point where we need to expect that we need to haul some butt, as it were. But anyways, fight. Choose one of your Magi Nation heroes. When you draw a card, when you draw a new hand of cards at the end of this turn, add that hero to your hand as a 7th card. So I'll grab that Dark Pact. I already have all my It's Mines in here right now, so it won't do me much good. Well, it would, because I'm not going to chain them together, but I would get the card draw benefit, potentially. Sacrifice. That's okay, because I'm not buying any more cards anyways. Ooh, sweet Scheme Twist. Get these villagers. This one. Go ahead and play this, and I will move. I almost skipped. That would have been awful. Move this Venomous Bite to the swamp. Grab a couple villagers. Grab a couple victory points. Play all these. Envoy. So this is going to be pretty good. 11 to 23. So 24. Now, do I want to defeat... I could do 16 and then have 8 left over. I couldn't do that. I could defeat both of these guys, which I think is what I'm going to do. Yeah, Defeat both of these guys. 11 plus 8 is 19, less than 24, so math. Now I'm potentially going to miss out on some future victory points by doing that, but I figure it's still okay. Yes, I'm going to reveal this to avoid gaining 2 wounds. Thank you for asking. One more turn with the Mastermind. 6 cards in the hero deck, 13 in the villain deck. What are we going to do? We're just going to end our turn because we don't want to defeat him and we don't get the discount here anyways, so just going to end our turn, move right along. And let's see, 4, 8, 13, 15. I could end it right now. I wouldn't get the greatest victory point total, but do I really want to? Yeah, I think I will. Just, you know, you guys, when you play it yourselves, you'll have the opportunity to play things differently, to really focus on getting those victory points. I think that you have a pretty good foundation with this to see what you need to do. And I'll go ahead and get out of here right here and now. Mastermind defeated. Victory, pretty okay, not great with 52 victory points, but it is what it is. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching my video. Let me know if you know a strategy that is even better than what I have posted here. Again, these videos are all what I've been doing that I've found success with. I'm, I guess, more focused in my own personal play with just getting in, defeating the Mastermind than I am with going the route of victory points. But, you know, it's easily adaptable to change things up and make it more potent for getting those victory points. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear if you've tried out any of these strategies that I've been talking about. Love to hear what your successes or failures have been. And I'll talk to you guys in a few days. Bye.